You
don't
start?
have to get his whole
Go.
feet in.
Alright, I'm talking about house fires today, which is the most common residential fire you can have. Statistically, 245 people die every year from residential house fires starting in the kitchen. With that, range fires, range being a synonym for stove, they are the leading cause of kitchen fires. This in a year, as last year, brought about $300 million worth of property damage. As well with property damage, 4,000 injuries come from kitchen fires. Most of the deaths involved in kitchen fires start where the flame comes right off the stovetop. Mark Relly, of communications manager of GE Appliances, he says cooking is an attentive activity. So you should be responsible when cooking, pay attention. It's easy to get distracted, and something as serious as cooking, flame and heat, it's one thing you want to be extra careful about. Each year, fire departments respond to 86,000 residential fire calls. Some not always an actual fire, but it's always a issue. Is attentiveness the answer? The United States Consumer Product Safety Commission says no. They believe that product makers, appliance makers, manufacturers should make a safer stovetop. With that being something like heat sensing technology, in which if the pot's overheated, an alarm should go off or the burner should turn off. They're not 100% on what they should be doing yet. They say such things as getting called away to attend to family members, falling asleep, spilling something, turning on the wrong burner. They said it's common enough. It's common enough that it should be considered an anticipated human behavior. So with building the safer stove, the only thing that they had come up with, and that was General Electric, would be a heat censoring technology, which I just stated about turning off the burners or setting off an alarm, or both. They claim by doing such a thing, it doesn't teach responsibility. It's like them being responsible for house fires. Most of them come from unattended cooking, or not paying full attention to what you're doing. So they say that build a safer stove would be a waste of time. The Association of Home Appliance Manufacturers, yep, that's the same thing. Alright, drawbacks to the safe stovetop system. They did create one. It was tested by Good Housekeeping in 1999. With that, an increased cooking time. If something goes wrong and it does shut down a burner, now you have a longer cooking time. If it malfunctions and shuts off a burner, people are going to get frustrated really fast in the kitchen. They also say such products would have to be cleaned and maintained regularly, which is something if they can't rely on you to cook properly, they can't rely on you to clean properly. Are those the only issues? That's not the only issue. Such systems being added onto your appliance can cause a 75 to 100% estimated premium on your appliance. So if you're going for an appliance, low model, $250, it could end up costing you $500 by the time you have any of this added. Best thing to do in your house is drill. Always keep that in mind. Accidents happen. So when cooking, they say wear short, close-fitting clothing.
Why are you staring at me?
Keep towels, pot holders, anything flammable, plastic bags, anything that shouldn't be near your burner, keep it away from your burner. Be prepared. One of the safest things to have in your house is a fire extinguisher. Most fire extinguishers come with a rating on them, that rating being good for classes A, B, and C. Fire comes in such classes, more than A, B, and C, but A, B, and C are the most common. A is easily remembered as it creates ash. So any combustible material when burned turns into ash. It's a class A fire. B comes from boiling liquids. Such things as fuel, flammable liquids. That is, when that catches on fire, class B. Class C comes out of charged electricity. If your appliance catches on fire or malfunction inside with the wiring and electrical fire, that's class C. These fire extinguishers cover all three of them safely. Whereas water, you don't want to use water on boiling liquids. And charged electricity, you don't unless you can take the electricity away from the source. If you catch it early enough, best thing to do if your stove catches on fire with a pot, smother it, put a lid on it, walk away. Don't touch the pot, leave that pot alone. Best thing to keep in your house is a smoke detector. They'll let you know just about as soon as you can realize it yourself. They make a very loud, annoying noise. It is recommended every 6 months you change the batteries in them. They are maintenance required. It's not maintenance free product. Some can be hardwired into full residential systems where if nobody's home and you have an issue, an alarm company has detected the issue and they will get you the help as needed. That is a slide with my work slided. You guys don't have to read that. And that is it. Do I have any questions?
So how many people die a year from the food alone?
From the food alone?
Yeah, no fire.
What, mal or
Just like your mother's cooking.
My mother's cooking? Nobody's died from my mother's cooking.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What's the most common kitchen fire?
The most common kitchen fire comes from unattended cooking, where the cook becomes irresponsible in the kitchen, walks away, just they lose track of attention to what they're making.
It's not what I mean.
What
For
do you mean?
example, grease fire?
Yeah, like
what kind of
grease, or
fire?
like if I burn paper on my stove or whatever.
Well, it all varies. You know, not every time you cook do you use grease. Not every time, you know, are you burning your food. Burnt food. As simple as that. It's not necessarily overheating. It's when you not. The food you're making becomes combustible. Not everything. I don't have a list of what everything is, but the majority of things that are burnt material.
Is there a difference between gas and electric?
For a safety standpoint,
Yeah.
when it comes to gas and electric burners, in statistics, create more house fires. Now, gas, on the other hand, is twice as dangerous because fires coming from a gas stove more than double the amount of in-house deaths.
Does that have anything to do with open flame? Or?
Sometimes it does. A lot of cases is based on the gas. Not being able to detect the gas, because when there's a flame, you visibly see it.